Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, the God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make him man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not first and four. Make up what I seen him. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part: if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the didn't can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing! You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Good evening. We're asking this evening, is the court now on side with the Prime Minister? Or has the mainstream media been silenced by the courts? Or is it a deliberate or bought out silence by the media while the Prime Minister went to court on the 13th and it's not been spoken about ever since in the media? We did not expect a decision on Monday, but we expect to hear jibs and jabs from the hearing. So it looked like something gone wrong somewhere and nobody is saying anything. So we are questioning tonight. Good night and welcome everyone to my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you all for joining us this evening on the People's Point of View. It now look pretty. Look like we just left our own and everybody up there, so gang up against with Debbie Jarvis TV. Good evening, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Charlotte Grime, real sweet. Good evening, Beverly. Good evening, Sharon Bernard. Good evening, Norman Ferguson. Good evening, Marcia Thomas. Colleen, Ladybug, Canadian Gal. Colleen Stewart. Colin, Patrick Woodstock. Canadian, oh, I said that already, yes. Patricia Matthews, how are you doing? Yvonne Johnson, Yvonne Riley, JP, Janet Harriet. Good evening and welcome. TikTok, good evening. How are you all doing? David Jervis, Charmaine, Chrissy, Willie, Big Dog, Paulette, Jeanette, Claudette, Timothy, Jasmine, Shirley, Blessing, Dominique, Melody, Aran, Kim. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. No, there's an awful silence, Violet Watson. The Prime Minister case was in court on Thursday. Fast car, Wagwan. The Prime Minister case was in court on Thursday. But ever since the Prime Minister case commenced in court, there's a constant reporting on the case. Because it is our Prime Minister, it goes to the heart of his integrity and financial dealing. There is an awful lot of public interest in the case. Now, on Monday, the Prime Minister case, they heard argument in court, and everything has gone silent since. Now, my questioning, there are two ways this thing can happen. The plaintiff, which is Andrew Holness, can apply for what is called an anonymity order. What that would do, was it Tuesday? What the anonymity order would do is prevent journalists from reporting on the case over a set period prescribed by the judge. What the journalists can tell you, though, if it is an anonymity order. Michelle, how are you? The journalists can tell you that there's an anonymity order. Another way it can be done is through what is called a super injunction. Now, if a super injunction is applied for and is been received, then journalists in Jamaica cannot open their mouth and anything to do with the case at all. journalists in Jamaica. It doesn't apply to journalists outside of Jamaica. But something appear to has happened, because ever since the hearing, there is an almighty silence. One almighty silence since the hearing, as if nothing happens. Now, if the court, the Prime Minister, it was Monday was the 13th. If the court and joining legal team don't have no decorum, I don't know why them are report me over TikTok so much. Labor rights no behave, no? And joining legal team don't have any decorum at all. So it wouldn't stop them from applying for such an order. What I would question, though, is the court giving the Prime Minister rather be an anonymity order or a super injunction that will shut everybody up, given the high public interest in the case, given it goes to the heart of the Prime Minister's integrity and financial dealing. So everything is moving up into a screw you, because FID is supposed to investigate the Prime Minister. FID is being FID is being entrenched by a loyalist to the Prime Minister. We also see where one could call it political sabotage on the Integrity Commission, and that political sabotage would be coming from the Prime Minister, assisted by the Governor General, who, whatever discretion he may have in this matter, he would seem to have gone over the board or out of the limitation of the discretion given to the Governor General. Let us listen to Dan Jackson Miller take on this thing, and then we'll come back, because everything piling up. If nobody, let us first show you from Botswana how the Botswana president speak to the public sector and public officers. Not now working at Jamaica, my people. No independency. Nobody is held to account. Nothing, no transparency, nothing. Everything is just falling apart just like that. Listen to the Botswana president speaking to his civil service.
I am a doer. I am a doer unapologetically. And I must be honest, sometimes you people frustrate me. I must tell you the truth. Sometimes I get frustrated by you, public officers, with your rigidities, your routinized sluggishness, your reticence, your inability to respond instantly, decisively, boldly, objectively to pressing and trenchant problems. Because you recoil and you fall back on what has happened before, regardless of the fact that it has not worked. So sometimes I get frustrated by yourselves. You are too formal. That's why you refer to yourselves as excellencies and all these other titles. I'm just a boy. And I'm a boy to everybody, no formalities, because I want us to focus on the real issues. Appreciating that we are all subject to human frailties, foibles, and fallibilities. We know that. We're human. We're not deities. And so when we engage, we must engage alive to all these simple realities.
Leadership.
There is no political will in Jamaica to get things done. There is no interest in the people whatsoever. They will tell you all sorts of lies, but when they get into power, it's a totally different thing from what they promise you. Let's listen to Dan Jackson Miller take on this whole saga with the Governor General seem to be carrying out political sabotage on the IC in order to protect the Prime Minister and the Jamaica Labour Party corruption. This level of politicking the Governor General ought not to be doing. Hold on, bear with me. Tell me that the browser lost connection. Let me undo it and reshare it back again. Bear with me. Oh. Bear with. Let me bring it back for you. You should be hearing it now.
So I'm picking up on a story that my friends at the Gleaner wrote. Edmund Campbell at the Gleaner wrote a story, the headline of which was Leadership Vacancies Cripple Integrity Commission's Work. Let me just tell you quickly what it says. The Integrity Commission, Jamaica's leading anti-corruption agency, has been operating without 3 of its top leaders for weeks, a development that could significantly undermine its ability to prevent, detect, and prosecute corruption.
Hold on, Ladybug. Appeal in relation to what, Ladybug? What is there any appeal that the PNP can do? Let me know what appeal you're talking about and what matter.
Now, this story was dated October 12, Sunday, October 12, 2025. And the story said as of the week before that, the crucial posts of Executive Director, Director of Corruption Prosecution, and Director of Information and Complaints remained vacant. The Commission confirmed to the Sunday Gleaner it had submitted recommendations to Governor General Sir Patrick Allen for appointments to the posts of Director of Corruption Prosecution and Executive Director. The Sunday Gleaner's source said the nomination for an Executive Director was submitted in July. The recommendation for the new Director of Corruption Prosecution was made earlier. Now, under the Integrity Commission Act, the Commission can make temporary acting appointments, but only for up to 3 months. And acting...
No, that would have to be the Integrity Commission, because the PNP is not a party to the case. So it's the Integrity Commission would have to argue against the anonymity. If it is that they argue against it, they would argue against it unsuccessfully because there's no reporting on the case. And it's the Integrity Commission that would have to appeal the anonymity order if one is being issued. But something, whether it be an anonymity order or a super injunction, I'm leaning that there's something being issued, because this almighty silence was not what we were expecting, because ever since this case commenced in court, there has been reporting on it. So something has gone wrong. Somebody is stitching up us somewhere.
Director of Corruption Prosecution was appointed on June 3, and Acting Executive Director was appointed on May 18.
Colleen says she's not hearing. Anybody else having a problem not hearing anything? Wanna hear in the video? It's out in the media that the case is being put, or you're hearing, been put on indefinitely hold due to the fact that they are waiting the ruling from the High Court. That wouldn't sound correct, Norman. What ruling would they be waiting for from the High Court? Because it's the level which is at the moment, there is no adjudication on the case, the level where it's at in the court now. So that argument wouldn't make much sense. It would be a total of corruption here.
No, in both cases, the 3-month terms for those acting posts are up and they can't extend the acting position. The previous director of corruption prosecution's contract expired on March 31. The executive director's contract expired on March 17. The director of information and complaints contract expired on July 14. The Sunday Gleaner asked King's House why the appointments to the positions of Director of Corruption Prosecution and Executive Director had not been confirmed. The Office of the Governor General declined to explain, stating that communication on such matters is confidential. The statement from King's House said His Excellency continues to be guided by legal advice. He remains steadfast in discharging his responsibilities with due regard for the law, the Constitution, and the independence of all institutions concerned. Look here, I'm going to say that King's House is confusing communication about the confidential aspects of the process with communication about how the process is unfolding. Let me tell you what I mean. We don't expect the Governor General to tell us that the Integrity Commission recommended John Brown and the GG think he's a scammer, so he now appoint him. All right, we're not going to be getting those details, and that's fine, because a lot of that kind of confidential information can be expected to reach the Governor General. I am talking about the time frame in terms of the process, where we are in the process. There's too much in the public service a tendency to think that we are not supposed to know that kind of information. And for me, I am submitting that if important posts in the public sector have been vacant for 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or 6 months, we the public should be able to ask why, get an answer and say, get a move on. And by the way, if the commissioners at the Integrity Commission have decided who they want for these posts, I don't really see that the Governor General should have much to say about it. Now, the Governor General is supposed to appoint the directors on the recommendation of the Commission. So, for instance, if you look at Section 28 of the Integrity Commission Act, right, it says there shall be an executive director who shall be appointed by the Governor General acting on the recommendation of the Commission. And for the other directors, the Act says in Section 30, again, those directors shall be appointed by the Governor General. Shall, meaning must, bound, and compound, acting on the recommendation of the Commission. So what you would be expecting to see is that the Commission would say, we're recommending these people, and the GG goes ahead and appoints them without delay. All right, so let's be clear. The Constitution does give the Governor General a little bit of wiggle room in this case, right? Because what the Constitution says is that where the Governor General is supposed to do something on the recommendation of somebody else, he shall do whatever it is he's supposed to do. However, before he does whatever it is he's supposed to do, in this case, appoint the directors, he may, in his discretion, once refer that recommendation back for consideration by the person or authority concerned. If that person or authority, having reconsidered the original recommendation, then makes a different recommendation, then he can go through that process again. What does all this mean? It means if the Integrity Commission says, this is the person we are recommending to be a director, the GG can say, all right, not appointing them right now, think it over again, reconsider it. If the Integrity Commission then sends back the same name and says, them we want, the Governor General has to appoint that person. If the Integrity Commission, because the GG says, boy, I'm not sure about that one.
Which media source is reporting that information, Norman?
Yeah, think it over again. If the Integrity Commission decides to take that on and change the name of the person they're submitting, then the GG can send it back again because it's a new name, right? But if the Integrity Commission sends back the same name, the GG has to appoint. Having said that, though, I think even that relatively small amount of interference, if it takes place in a case like this in relation to the Integrity Commission, it's something the GG should very rarely exercise in terms of using that discretion to send back a name, right? Why do I say that? That's because we're not talking about a bunch of hurry-come-up people, right? Where you can say the GG would have a case to say he's going to substitute his judgment for their judgment. We're talking about a set of highly skilled professionals bringing to the table serious experience and expertise in areas like the law, in areas like banking, accounting, and overall leadership. I think they can be trusted to know what the Integrity Commission needs and what kind of directors should be appointed. Hence the fact that the law gives them the power to make the recommendations.
28,000 businesses, £156 million in sales.
And I find it hard to believe that the Governor General in this particular case would know better than the people who are actually running the commission who would be a best fit in terms of the directors that need to be chosen. If that is what is happening, if it's King's House, if it's a GG holding it up. Remember, the Gleaner reported that the Integrity Commission had made recommendations for at least 2 directors. Now, if the recommendations were sent to King's House, all the Governor General would have to do is appoint them. So we would expect that at least 2 people would already be up and working, be in those posts, unless for some reason King's House is holding up the appointments. Let me say what I said earlier on in the video. According to the Gleaner story,
no, but if that is the case, though, why is the mainstream media prevented from reporting that that is the case? For me, it's not just that, because if that is the case, the media can report that. If there's not a blockage on the media reporting such, then the media can report what the hold up or the stall in the case is. My problem is the silence.
Recommendations were made by the Integrity Commission. Appoint the people them and let us move on with life. When I had interviewed former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson, he had said we had what he called a ceremonial plus Governor General, meaning that our Governor General is not just a rubber stamp, that he or she does have some discretion in certain matters to act of his or her own accord. And another day in another video, I'll go into some of those in a little bit more detail, all right? I'm just saying that to say that this whole conversation in which the Governor General has some very limited discretion, and it appears that that discretion is being used to hold up some important appointments. It appears is as far as I can go right now, and that's based on the Gleaner story again, right? So it opens the door for us to have a conversation about how much discretion we're going to want a local head of state to have in the event that at some point we actually get around to agreeing to at least start talking about maybe at some point in the future reforming our constitution. That issue of how much discretion we want to give the head of state is going to have to be an important part of the discussion. Let me be clear. I'm not saying that I think the Governor General in this case or a local head of state should have absolutely no discretion at all. You know, that the person should be 100% a rubber stamp. I am saying, though, that I think we should think very carefully about how and when that discretion can be exercised and the circumstances in which a governor general or a local head of state should be allowed to hold up appointments. That is something I do think we need to talk a little bit about. If that is what is happening here, I think it's problematic in this particular case. It shouldn't be happening. King's House, GG, if it's UNO holding it up, get a move on. I'm Dion. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video, all right? Share it with somebody who might be interested. Subscribe to the channel.
Based on the Gleaner article, the Governor General is playing politics. The Governor General is sabotaging the Integrity Commission, just like how we see Andrew Holness do to the political ombudsman. The problem is you can't get Jamaica for shift. None at all. Jamaica is rigidly unresponsive to all our guan. Let me see if we make the man insult and so I can wake up and see.
Morning, Jamaica.
Everybody I talk about on a reluctance in Jamaica. Everybody is talking about your reluctancy. Everybody is talking about the fool approach, how you just rolled over and be used by politicians, how you all allow them to just get away with anything. Who is the GG to want to decide who the Integrity Commission chose to do the job? What is the GG experience and expertise other than stealing money from the church? Me don't know of what the GG do. Other than stealing money from the church, me don't know what the GG do. I literally don't know.
Morning, Jamaica. Quick one. I got a whole heap of things to do this morning. I'm going to come in here and be very real, but you're going to think I'm being disrespectful, right? So I'm going to make you think how you think, and I'm going to say what I say, all right? Una idiot. Majority of the people in the yard are fool. Fucking idiots. And they don't like people calling them that, because they are that. You ever catch an argument with some man, and the first thing them say, you tell me see that, you think me I idiot? This wasn't even part of the conversation, argument. What is this chopping my phone, man? Wait, man. So what I'm here to say quickly is this. Andrew Holness was in court yesterday, big court for fraud, millions. He's in court, and it weren't looking good for him. But I'm just here to say, where is this in the newspaper? Where is this on the news? Where is that information? This was yesterday. 13th. People, your fault. Your fault. I don't like to sit down and say, your prime minister is in court for one heap of fraud, bro. One heap. This person you got, that's... Police, soldier, will not get them the type of money there, bro. Are you in with the thing? Can't you see what you're used to do, bro? Remember, once and twice a civilian. Know what? Listen, this thing is gonna have to come to a point of, you understand, stop or whatever, because it's just gone over the top. I'm in training. I've been in training. I know what's about to happen to whether you like it or not. When I don't stick up for nothing, when I don't stand for nothing, and this is why I'm getting so much bullshit. Your prime minister is in court for big fraud, and he was in yesterday, and there's not one mention of it. You can't follow it up today in the paper of Jamaica. Why? because it's all controlled. It ain't an if or a must. Maybe them is controlled. They tell you what they want to do. So they'll throw a couple of scammer or a couple of man with them shoot or kill and say, "Rrrr." When is it going to be enough, people? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Just...
Jamaica, you know, say everybody fed up on a silence. Everybody, Jamaica, is fed up of your silence. To a lot of us in the diaspora, wanna look like idiots and fool at home, especially given the election euphoria just gone. Wanna quick for jump out and parade over on a favorite politician and the 2 piece of chicken leg. But no matter what is happening in the country, you never get the country to move. You never get the country to be in an outrage. This is why liberty from the government, liberty from the security services is going to turn up. Things are going to turn up more because them sissy on no push back. Them sissy on no reach a point of enough is enough yet. And this is why they continue to push you and kick you down the road. While Christopherton take 80 million dash way, raise the healthcare budget by 80 billion, take 30 million out of it pay for one drill, killing 15,000 of us on an annual basis, 24 babies in 24 days. The killing because of negligence and lack of care and lack of everything what the healthcare provider them for work with continue to kill off Jamaicans. What is it that will wake up the consciousness of the Jamaica people? Because when them come take on a market stall on no goods and dash way, it's not enough. When they come into your house and shoot down your children, it's not enough. When the policeman stop your taxi and draw you out and beat you to fuzzle, it's not enough. When the government have you landlocked in Jamaica where you can go on the beach them, where we grow up and your children can't go on them now, that's not enough either. What will be enough, Jamaica? And that's why a lot of the whole heap of people across the world are look upon like fool. Our whole heap of we in the diaspora, whole heap of we Jamaicans in the diaspora are look upon like fool. Because when it comes to time to serenade and celebrate politicians, you don't short of Jamaicans doing that. You are not short. You just have to look at what happened in the election campaign just gone. When it's about nonsense, when it's about something that you're not going to benefit, when you come out, look upon when KFC having 50 year, look upon when Popeye doing 50% sale over there. You're not short of Jamaicans to come out. Jamaicans don't come out on oppression. They don't come out against police brutality. They don't come out against government corruption and blatant stealing from the public purse. No, Jamaica don't come out. And it leads us to continue to ask, what is it that will shock the consciousness of the people? That the people will say, enough is enough. It is time for us to push back. I'm so waiting. But the more you wait, the more disappointed it is becoming. Look at the amount of crime against women and children. Nobody don't see anything. Everybody just relax and find you get something to eat and find you can sleep. Is eating and sleeping is where it's at for Jamaica now. Me eat, me sleep, and that's it. Me not care about nothing else.
From St. Anne, a mother is heartbroken after her son died at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital early in August, and she's still unable to have him buried. Additionally, her wishes to conduct a private autopsy is being hampered. Romarda Lyons explains.
Me not stand strong. Me dead and my son no bury.
Frustratingly, Annette Gohagan has been waiting 2 months to lay her 34-year-old son to rest. He had a motorcycle accident on July 14, 2025. 2 weeks later, he started experiencing pain.
Him come home from work and say him no feel good inside. Cause inside I feel like something would have dropped down in a yard, something like that.
He was taken to St. Anne's Bay Hospital on August 1, 2025.
They said me go down an X-ray and then they admit him to the hospital. Cause it seemed like he did have a fever.
3 days later, she received a call from the hospital.
6 minutes after 12 the Monday night. They never tell me saying they just say come and from me know because I have a son pass off down there and that was the same call I get. So same time when I answer the call, I start to cry. After I answer and I find out it's the hospital, I started to cry. The morning when I wake up, I feel like I wouldn't even go down to the hospital and never leave me yard until after 9. We are upset.
She's still upset because she believes he could have been saved. After he was admitted, she was told he had dengue.
If anyone wants to call the program and have a view on the Andrew Holness and the integrity and the Governor General debacle, you know the numbers. You can call the program.
She protested.
So I said to them, say, him don't have any dengue. It seems like it's a butter blood inside him because he never get any cut. Just continue treat him for dengue. When I went at the hospital even the Monday and I see they putting something into the drip, I said, doctor, he don't have any dengue. I said, if he had dengue, check me too, I have a dengue.
TVJ News understands that the health department visited their home. We obtained a copy of the report, which suggests they were compliant.
An inspector come at my house, come round, they look, they write, and they said they don't see anything we found where he would have dengue with to contain any mosquito or thing like that.
We contacted St. Anne's Bay Hospital and the CEO Delroy Morgan opted not to comment. The disgruntled mom says she wants to do a private autopsy. But here's the holdup.
They have to have a non-interest letter to get the autopsy to do private. And I want to bury my son and I can't get the go-ahead.
SSP Carlos Russell, head of the St. Anne Police Division, says based on how the hospital handled the case, the police cannot issue a no-interest letter at the moment.
After his death, the hospital would have handed over his body to the family to make funeral arrangements. The police was not informed of this sudden death.
The family first approached the police on September 29.
The police is now in the process of getting that body to our approved funeral home and to continue the investigation by ensuring that postmortem is done and we do our follow-up investigation as to the cause of death.
Romarda Lyons, TVJ News.
Nothing works in Jamaica. Literally nothing. It's not just the bureaucracy or the fail or stretched out bureaucracy. It's not about that. The people who you are dealing with also in that fraudulent, I would call it, bureaucracy. These people have no humanity. These people have no emotions. Jamaica need to change that term from sudden death to unexplained death. That's the whole sudden death thing is very archaic and need to be thrown out. It's really, when you do post-mortem, it's not really for sudden death, it's for unexplained death. When a person dies and there wasn't a pre-existing health condition that could go down as what causes the person's life, or it's not a very old person or so on. They need to change it from the whole sudden death scenario to unexplained death. It's just because Jamaican are really, other than stealing and killing people, children, we're not really up to the time. But all of what is going on in Jamaica, all of what we are preach and a talk about, we couldn't talk till the cow come home. Nothing will happen until the people of Jamaica see that it is up to them to bring order to their society. It is up to them to participate in all the operation and administration of their country. For too long, I think we have left all this to government because we elect politicians. We left everything to them and think that politician must do everything and politician must come ask if we're all right and them think that there are a level of things they must do, but there are so much that you must do and can do as a citizen. How much constituency across Jamaica, or how much of the different communities in Jamaica have their little community organization where they meet and discuss issues to do with the community, issues to do with the community which they want to bring to the attention of their member of parliament or their councillors. Jamaica, we can't just get up and eat and go back, go sleep. This is not the world of the 1970s and 80s, where information and everything did slow, poco, and backwards. We're in a new era where things just fly fast, past with so. And if we sit down, everything are gonna happen wrong way, and we're not gonna progress, and we're not gonna benefit anything, because we have not put ourselves in the position to be advanced or to get the advantages of the changes. We're just not. We are so cold to what is happening in the world right now. War is on our doorstep. And I think the other leaders in the Caribbean should summon CARICOM, because at this time, at this critical time, a country like Jamaica cheering CARICOM, and there's such a major development in CARICOM where Donald Trump is bombing fishermen in CARICOM, and there's no voice. Jamaica is cheering CARICOM at the moment. Jamaica has, whether you want to call it the chair or the presidency of CARICOM at the moment. And such a major development, such an escalation in our region. And not a word. Where is Jamaica leadership in the CARICOM? In CARICOM? Can CARICOM not call out Jamaica? and this hiding on the table when fishermen are being blown up. Not one word from CARICOM, not one word from Andrew Holness. No meeting, no call of emergency meeting for the leaders of CARICOM to discuss the development in the Caribbean. Where are we going? A geopolitical war is about to break out between America and China. You think it's not going to affect you, Jamaica? Where China have the biggest investment in your country, in so-called America's backyard? And you don't want to understand the implication of whatever debacle between America and China to come? You don't want to know? I keep telling you, Jamaicans, what my fear is you all waking up. Nick, how you do? Larkland. Is you all waking up in the middle of it all, Nora Harris, been very confused, not knowing what is going on around you. Maybe if you try to get in the know from now, it won't hit you so hard when it's all falling upon you, because it won't be long in Jamaica. It won't be long before things get topsy-turvy in our country. Are the people prepared for what's to come? Are the people prepared to push back against the tyranny to come? Or anything we just out here chat for so. You think when a war starts in the region, it's gonna be such of an easy thing? You think America is going to go after Venezuela for oil and their connection with the Chinese and not come after Jamaica, as oil is being found in Jamaica and Jamaica have that relationship with the Chinese? You think the Americans are not going to come after us as well? Every other country has stand up. What I see coming from our Prime Minister is he's very silent on anything Donald Trump does, because he doesn't want to hear that I'm taking away your visa. It's not even anything to do with the country Andrew Holness is protecting, you know. Andrew Holness is not even protecting sanction against the country. Andrew Holness is not even protecting the country from Donald Trump tariffs. No, that's not what the problem is. The silence is about not being sanctioned visa-wise. Because you remember the other day when the Colombian president said Donald Trump ought to be investigated for his crimes in the Caribbean waters. The next day, his visa was removed. His diplomatic visa was removed. These are some of the reasons why Andrew Holness is silent. Because they cannot bear the fact that they're not jumping on plane to New York and Miami. You cannot have a leader that is leading in his self-interest. You cannot have a leader that is leading on his luxury and luxurious life. What if the Prime Minister visa has been sanctioned? It won't do the people of Jamaica anything, because rather than have yes or no, we don't benefit from Andrew going here, there, or anywhere. Andrew Holness, Barbara, how you do? Andrew Holness does not speak for us. Valerie, how you do? On the international scene, Maureen Bailey. If you notice when Andrew go abroad, Andrew don't represent us, cause to cause. Andrew represents a Cable and Indian nation, Wagwan. Andrew represents his self-interest, his financial interests, his business interests, his money-making interests. That's what Andrew Holness represents when he goes abroad, not the people of Jamaica. When he got the United Nations where Israel get a better representation than the Jamaica people. Because they go interfere in Israel and Palestine, but he has not spoken about the development in the Caribbean. Not one word. But he can go to the United Nations talking about Israel and Palestine. No problem with that, 5-star. No problem with that. But the same development, the same threat is in our region, Winifred. And the Prime Minister failed to even address the issue. At home in the National Parliament, to the media, the Prime Minister refuses to address the issue. Fishermen across the Caribbean are in fear of their lives. The Prime Minister still refused to address the issue. The implementation of the single market happens when Jamaica is chairing CARICOM, which is one of the biggest development in the Caribbean over the last, I would say, 50 years or so. Not a word from the chair of CARICOM, not even congratulating members who have joined the single market, not even to speak to the people of Jamaica, informing them as to why we are not joining the single market now, and give us information as to when we think we will be joining the single market, or what formalities is preventing us from joining the single market at the moment. Nothing. So what is Andrew Holness's tenure of the CARICOM chair? Nothing now happened. Well, we have the chair for about 6 months and nothing. Other than the big meeting when Jamaica take over the chair for CARICOM. Other than them big palaver where they have either Montego Bay or wherever. Nothing since that. And it's not like nothing is going on in the Caribbean. There's two major developments in the region. The implementation of the single market and the war advanced by the Americans. Nothing. So we just have the CARICOM chair for 6 months for a show. We have done nothing. Our voice is not being heard. I think Jamaica ought to be kicked out of CARICOM because I don't see our purpose in CARICOM. You look like our leader, one giant force with America. Don't know what Jamaica would hope to benefit from it, given how long of a relationship we have with America, and the most we can show to it is barrel and visa. The most we can show, Megan Carey, how are you? The most we can show out of the relationship with America is barrel and visa. Michelle, how you do? You're late. That's all. But Andrew Holness, the CARICOM tenure that we have at the moment, the CARICOM chair that we have at the moment, is a total waste of time. When such big development in the Caribbean, Andrew refused to address them. Andrew refused to speak to us on the single market. Andrew refused to talk about Donald Trump crime in the region. Who is Andrew Holness leading for? Eugene Brown, how you do? Who is Andrew Holness governing on behalf of? Because nothing that is of concern to us that the Prime Minister addresses. The Prime Minister, we know, listens to social media. He knows what we're talking about. He knows what our concerns are. Jeep, Wagwan. He knows what our concerns are. When we say anything will irritate them or iggy them, you see them jump out and them respond. The Prime Minister knows our feeling when it comes to the single market. The single market will benefit Jamaica and Jamaicans in a lot of ways. It will bring competition to our market that would stamp out the monopoly that people like Thief in JPS have over we. It will allow Jamaicans rather than work for pittance in the tourism industry to go further Caribbean, go do the same work for better money. It will be beneficial for our farmers who can get market for them produce in a Jamaica because Floyd Green and James Robertson import GM food. So we organic food tender and rat because we don't have a market for it. When we join the single market, Jamaica farmers free to bring them produce into all the markets within the single market that joins the single market. So rather than them things stand out a while because they don't have a market for it, them can get market a further fields. These are some of the reasons why Andrew Holness don't want to have the conversation. Because regardless of what they're going to tell us, we can point to them the benefits that we see for Jamaicans and for the Jamaican economy. Andrew Holness. Is not take the aisle already now. How it is when it comes to treasure, when it comes to crown land and treasure, whether be it's gold, diamond, oil, whatever, it belongs to the state. So it's not take the king techie. It belonged to him because so-called Jamaica belonged to them. It's crown land. And naturally, whatever is found under crown land belongs to the crown, even on your private land. If there's an oil well or so on your private land, then we what you call it, compulsory acquisition or something like that, and move you and control it. But anything fine in the earth and crown land, my love, it belongs to the crown. You wonder why every government come in, them threaten about going republic so the lands in Jamaica can become state land rather than crown land. State land meaning the people's land, as opposed to crown land, the land belong to the palace or the monarch. You wonder why everybody keep threatening we, because under these republic, we could push back more on land reform and beach access and them thing there. Ask yourself the question, why a 1956 piece of legislation Manley refused to change it? Siaga refused to change it. PJ refused to change it. Portia refused to change it. Bruce refused to change it. Andrew refused to change it. But all of these people, or most of them, especially the later lot from PJ onwards, they have given away our beaches. Because the beaches that we had access to during Michael Manley and Siaga days, a lot of these beaches are private beaches now, isn't it? A lot of these beaches are private beaches now, and a lot of these beaches now taken up by private hotels and all of that, and we can't go upon them. But all of them come play the game of republic and constitutional reform. They're all playing us. And the sooner Jamaica gets it and drop the JLP and PNP bullshit, which literally doesn't serve us, literally doesn't have our interests at heart. And if you want to prove yourself or prove me right, look at your roads, look at your water, look at your lights. Have they been improved over the last 50 years of promise? I think they have deteriorated in the last 50 years from what I knew in the 80s to what I'm seeing now. I think there has been a massive deterioration. A lot of people will be of the view, no, Jamaica develop, and you don't have water. Your water crisis is getting worse, but Jamaica is developing. I don't understand that. I think the development with water system should improve. We road, when you see there's something in the Prime Minister you see the bomb of Israel dropping in the Prime Minister constituency, when you see it though. Don't tell me, don't go on like on no sister. Bomb drop in the Prime Minister constituency. Don't make it look like me just a walk and I make up things.
Are we the forgotten
And the
community?
Prime
A
Minister.
question being asked by residents of Seavert Gardens in St. Andrew as the frequent approach to Simon Taylor Roadway has been impossible for almost a week, Romar the Lyons explains.
A section of Simon Taylor Road in Seavert Gardens, St. Andrew. And it's not just a section-by-section problem. The entire roadway spells trouble. An example here with this child. This resident is particularly upset as the community is within St. Andrew West Central, the Prime Minister's constituency.
In 100 years, a female, so I'm supposed to send man come look and give good way my Prime Minister. You can't walk on it, broke with you. And you have some fire seat, you will stay. You have to go and walk on the side there. And that means you can walk and you pack them with you in the road, by it has sink.
This truck driver felt the earth fall beneath him, literally. This was the first section of the road that sank while he was driving.
It's basically like an earthquake, like Jamaica Simon Taylor Road.
Somebody tell Winifred to refresh our page, please.
This tape was used to mark the extent of the issue and as a signal to incoming motorists. But on Saturday, the damage stretched farther.
But they said it's still, but it never like this. Like, no.
Many are left asking, what happens in an emergency?
There's a vehicle in the yard right now. It has to be covered because it cannot come out based on the condition of the road. If there's an emergency, you can't move.
This blind resident says an urgent fix is needed.
I'm ever walking in my corner and use my discretion and know the danger over that side. You understand me? And I feel one feelings. You understand? Yeah, I mean, it no real. You understand me? So I have to walk all in the corner right all when me get to understand. So, you know?
Even relationships are in jeopardy.
That my husband can come on or something, I say I'm going to leave because no road near for him walk, for him drive. You see, so we want the road for fix. You see it, we need the road for fix. Can't stay so.
But there's a bigger issue, a broken pipe leaking below the road. Because of that,
No, we don't have any water. Through the something burst right there, so we don't have no water.
how long now?
From this burst, we don't have no water.
It's a busy road. Look how the road look. Be a water always. Can't get water for being properly.
And entrepreneurs in the community are also feeling the pinch.
Road bad, condition bad. Really want to fix, really. Delay.
I have a business up there, and because of this right here, we're unable to, there's nobody passing. No. We really need NWA or whatever. Even the vehicle, we can't even drive. This is mashing up business a lot for everybody up this side. And most people that live on this road drive. And look at the condition of the road. The road sinking from 2 years, last year, them said them finalize it. And this is foolishness right now. We need the road to be fixed ASAP.
Romarda Lyons, TVJ.
And I would say to Lachlan and everybody else, the Paul Buchanan case, when you don't build up on no hopes, you don't go get on yourself angry. Nothing ain't gonna come out of it, believe you me. Do not build up yourself when it in relation to the Paul Buchanan case. Nothing, but nothing in this corrupt system that we involve in will come out of the Paul Buchanan challenge. So don't get yourself worked up because you're going to get yourself more angry when you see nothing not come out of it. Cannot not go come out of it. Me tell you nothing now. Prime Minister, labor rights. Prime Minister, look down at Gaza at the moment. Remember the Prime Minister, 2 years now, the demons, the son of Satan, a drop bomb on Gaza. And Prime Minister, if you look upon people going from northern Gaza to southern Gaza, Prime Minister, I say better road between southern and northern Gaza, which has been bombed for 2 years, than in your constituency where we don't know of any war between you and another country, in your constituency where they would have dropped bomb on your road, them Prime Minister. No, this is the Prime Minister of the country. This is the Prime Minister's constituency. And not even that. The Prime Minister who's responsible for the National Works Agency. The Prime Minister will have the National Works Agency under could not even advocate for a road or could not even give order for a road or for what you don't call it on a road that tractor truck. Be a tractor truck Prime Minister, cause look like a place where tractor drive. A tractor truck in your constituency, Prime Minister, and you head the National Works Agency. But then again, I see people them vote for you on the same bad road. So when the blood clot to come out and make the net junk pro. When the haul back in our no shell. Haul back in our no shell. Because the road did it. We don't have campaign and we don't have vote where they are not never come out. So they come out here with the knives. Me did tell on say for no vote back in Andrew Holness, me no want to hear no knives fan. No. If he gives you salt to suck to a wooden spoon, suck it and shut up. When the Prime Minister thief the election, none never come out come demonstrate. None never come out in outrage. No shut up and take a disadvantage, you know. Shut up and take the abuse, Jamaica. Is what you voted for, is what you sold your vote for, is what you allow the Prime Minister to steal the election for. So maybe gonna keep on yourself quiet. Grunt and bear it. Grunt and bear it. Because you never show on a disagreement or on a disgruntlement. You just roll over and accept it. So anything come with Andrew Holness third term, you just chill with it. A 5 year, you not dead. Under leadership for 10 years already. You can go 5 more. All right? So we don't want to hear no complain. Because the road not just, I know since the third, the road pop up. And since the third, the road fall apart. It take years for a road deteriorate into that condition. The Prime Minister has been in your constituency for 20 odd years. So I want to know, come out here, come call up the thieving Prime Minister name. Don't come out here, come show we the Prime Minister disgrace. We want to see it before election. I want to hide it when election campaign are going to make him look good. Hide it now because we want him to look good as a thief. We want him to look good as a corrupt crook. So now come out here, come call down help at the moment. One did the one did a walk pan. One did a drive pan before the election. That's when I decide to move. Move and go enjoy the hard life. Jamaica chose hard life on the 3rd of September. You understand? Those of you who never come out, come vote. Those of you who sold your vote. Those of you who took money to stay away from the polling station. I don't know why we have Andrew back. I don't know why Andrew let demons loose on the country in the name of police and gunman. So take time with the knives. I mean, you just come when we are done, Ransford McLean, how you do? Now come out here, come complain. The Prime Minister is not 1 inch worser than he was on the 2nd of September. It's the same beast he is that he was then. It take years for the road they want to come out a call for fix. It take years for it deteriorate like that. You understand? I know did see it. I know stay quiet about it. So shut up now. We don't want to hear about it. We don't have the time. When we have 9 years, we don't never come out about it. We only have 5 years now. We don't have the time to focus. We have a lot of things to do. It's only when everything catch up on Jamaica people, more than likely when it's too late. At that time we're going to wake up. When martial law declare and the tanks rolled up and the guns are pointing in your face. At that time, someone now go and wake up, which for some people is going to be too late because by then they will ready to turn the bullets at you. We can do better, Jamaica. We really can do better. It starts by stop selling out ourselves. It starts by taking our position and our place in the world serious. It starts by wanting to have the three freedoms: political freedom, economic freedom, and social freedom. And them they have to work towards, political justice, economic justice, and social justice. If in this world that we are in now, if you're not working for those three, what's the point? Can't you not see that the entertainment is over? Can't you see that it's serious business now? Or you want a nudge? What I would encourage you all to do, Jamaicans, particularly you diehard fools, you tribal idiots, take your face out of the crock of politicians' butt, hold it up and see what is going on around you. See the risk to you and your children. See the upcoming danger to your country and your livelihood. And them something with your focus span. Entertainment is over, Jamaica. Entertainment is over. Nobody not interested in entertainment anymore. We have done enough. We have enjoyed ourselves enough. It is serious business now. The fight for political justice, economic justice, and social justice, if that's not what you're doing, get out of our way and let's do our work. All right? Thank you all very much for being here tonight on Global TV. Lovely to have your support as always. And we hope and pray every day for the people of Jamaica to wake up and come to their senses, because we are such a beautiful, prideful nation. But that pride is dwindling. Fear, fashion, and belly politics has really set in. Thank you, and good night from Global TV.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not first and for make up what I seen him. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red, Babylon. Biggie man show us stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Biggie man show us stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta. I sell out Babylon. Yes, come on, that's right. You might throw a stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, you might throw a stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let them see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big man show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big man show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to
Randstad, to answer your question, they would negotiate their get out, just like we see the president of Madagascar did. So any day the unity forms in our country, they'll all have to take to the air or the sea, and with their Western ally, they will negotiate their way out of the country if they don't have private jet and helicopters to lift them out. Anyway, thank you. Good night.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.